Validation is the third and final step on the way to safe machinery. This is why validation is important in the documentation of safety evidence. Conformity with the relevant directives must first be verified through a conformity assessment procedure. This step must be completed before the declaration of conformity can be filled out and the CE mark affixed. First, the measures taken are documented. The manufacturer prepares the technical documentation as evidence of conformity. In the event of damage, this documentation is essential for clarifying liability. Base your documentation on the information in Annex 7 of the Machinery Directive. The technical documentation has to contain the following elements: risk assessment, project documentation with performance specification and validation plan, development documentation with test plans and test reports, all relevant operating instructions. Parallel to the project, the team is to start as early as possible with validation tasks. Objective of the validation process is to verify that the implemented safety functions contribute as required to the risk reduction. The validation process can be divided into 4 phases. First, the preparation of the validation plan. To do this, it is best to discuss the practical implementation within the team. This includes specification of the relevant standards and documents, selection of suitable methods of analysis and testing, definition of the responsibilities, as well as the operating and ambient conditions. In the second phase, the analysis, the correct implementation of the safety functions is tested for theoretical accuracy. This activity is referred to as verification. The verification is the proof that the safety-oriented system meets the specification's requirements by means of analysis or testing. This includes, for example, testing that the selected components are fault-free and testing of their installation, cabling, parameterization or programming. There are many ways to do this, one of them being document reviews. The practical testing of all safety functions against system specification for the machine is performed in the third phase. In the fourth and last phase, you prepare an easy-to-understand validation report on the 3 previous phases. This tracks whether the documents specified in Annex 7 of the Machinery Directive are present. After successful validation, conformity with the requirements of the Machinery Directive is achieved. In this way, the validation leads to the overall release of the machine. Please note that the concluding validation does not replace the iterative testing and documentation of the individual work steps. Furthermore, you should start the validation as early as possible in order to detect and remedy faults in good time. As the manufacturer, your last task for the quality assurance is the preparation of the declaration of conformity. This you include with every delivered machine. You perform the conformity assessment procedure in order to verify the conformity of the machine with the requirements of all relevant directives. According to the Machinery Directive, the following procedures are possible: internal production control, prototype test, quality assurance system. The resulting declaration of conformity states that the machine complies with all relevant provisions of the Machinery Directive and, if necessary, additional directives. The CE mark must be in accordance with the Machinery Directive. That means the CE mark must be affixed with the specified typeface, easily visible and durable, near the information about the manufacturer. If the CE mark is enlarged or reduced, the proportions must be kept identical. In the event of damage, the resulting documentation for evidence of safety proves that you built the machine in conformity with the directives.